P500 as we get ready to trade February week 1. Yeah, we're already going to say goodbye to this month, the month of January, tomorrow when we start trading January 31st. So after that, we get into February. Let's take a look at the intraday action as we saw it on Friday. Pretty amazing day on Friday. We started off the day here at the open, making our initial balance high and then slamming down to our initial balance low. 42.92 and change, and this wound up being the low for the day. You can see that we took off from here, and as we got into the European closing stretch, we broke out to a new high for the day out of the initial balance range and tried to make a go of it here, but we kind of topped out in the 43.80s. That kind of like stopped us short. Using our 80 handle rule, we sat here and we churned away. We tried to break down back into the initial balance range, but we held around where the open was. So if you had these levels marked off, as I always try and encourage everybody to do, note what the initial balance range is, note where the open was. You can see that we tested right back to the open. We couldn't close an intraday candle below the open, and from here we took off into this 100-point rally in the final hour of the day. It looks so great, doesn't it? But look where we stopped. We stopped dead cold just below the 200-day simple moving average and closed. Why couldn't we just go the distance just a little bit further and close the week out above the 200-day? You know why? Because this was just a short covering rally ahead of a huge snowstorm heading towards the East Coast. People taking money off of the table just in case their internet was down, just in case they couldn't get into the office because they had a snow day going with their kids. They got to stay home on Monday. Everybody was just covering those short bets, and it was a very calculated move that stopped dead short just below the 200-day simple moving average to end the week. If this had been a really, truly strong rally, a recovery rally, we would have gone the distance and closed right in here. All we had to do was just go a few more points and close the week out above the 200-day, but we didn't. So to my mind, I see us as opening flat or weak and selling off again on Monday. If I'm wrong, we're going to come out of the gate flat or strong, and we're going to, either we're going to gap up open right above the 200-day and maybe come in for a back test of it, and as long as it holds, then we take off. Okay, if we do take off, we're going to have to make it through the 10-day simple moving average, and our target is then going to be 45.20. That's the halfway back of this move from the all-time high set in the second day, on the second trading day of the year, and this low set on Monday of the week we just finished, 45.20 and change. If we can get beyond this point, I don't know about that. If we could, then we're going to try and go after the 100-day and the 20-day simple moving averages, but I think that's a pretty good second day of rallying. And if we can close strong, then maybe we're going to start off February with a nice move higher. However, if we come out of the gate flat to weak, there's really no support for us in here. I see us coming all the way back down here. Here's what happened. Here was Monday. We sold off down 42.22, and then on Tuesday, 42.87, and then Friday held a higher low against this. I don't know. This just seems like maybe it was put sellers holding this all up, down into this jam on Monday. Maybe they were shorting 42.80s and 42.90s and 4300s and so forth on puts. And so therefore there was this false sense of security and this support here that's not going to be there anymore unless there are put sellers here again in the February week 1 options planning to support us. Otherwise, we're going to be back down here making a true closer back test of the low at 42.22, and maybe that's how we're going to end the month, is coming down here, seeing a low maybe around 42.23, 24, something like that, and then turn and close back above 4,300 maybe to end the month. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. What happens if we trade lower, though? What happens if we break down below 42.22? Our next stop isn't until we get all the way down here to 41.64. We've gone over even lower levels in past weekend videos, but let's start by looking at this one here, this 41.64 level. This is the area of the June low. So you're looking at this same chart, but just the left side of it going back here to April and May. And here is that 4164 level. You can see that in April, we were trying to get over 4150 to 4160 and hold, and we couldn't get it done. And it went on through the month of May. And then finally in June, we broke out over this level and then came back down one more time for a back test and hold of this area, this 4164 level. And from here, we took off on a summer rally that took us all the way to Labor Day, to the September high, which wound up being an interim top, and we had a pretty juicy sell-off. Probably the biggest sell-off for all of 2021 came off of this high here. And it was the starting point was right down here at the June low at 4164. So I see us coming down here for one more test if this 42.22 low for January doesn't hold us. And as you can see, that low for January was break down here below the July low. So it just makes a lot of sense to come back here to this support resistance point in the 4160s if 42.22 doesn't hold for us. Finally, let's just take a look at the options. The volume leader were these 4,400 puts at 56 bucks. That's sellers and profit takers, if you ask me. You have to go all the way down here to the 4240s and the 4250s to find something palatable for an entry. Maybe a ×2 of the $8 window here would get you into these 4240s. Those were pretty good volume leaders. And over on the call side, the volume leader, clear and strong once again, were these 4500s. But I can tell you, I was playing these on Monday, and they started, they were trying to hold the $11 window on Monday at the, when we set the January low last Monday. And these got down to the low $5 window, held and reversed there, and then came up to about $26, $27 at the end of the day on Monday. And look at what these did here on Friday into that similar style rally. These are at this $25, $26 level on Friday into the end of the day. And maybe all this volume was profit takers of this open interest. So maybe this is a good sign that we are going to head back down lower. If I'm wrong about that, then, these are probably going to go to, these are going to double once again because we're probably heading up here. If we head up towards that 45.20 level where the halfway back for the month is, these $11 window options are going to, double or triple from there for us. So those would be the next call level to look at. Maybe these would be a good indicator as well. If we come out of the gate level to slightly higher and can get above that 200-day simple moving average and hold, I would be looking at these 4550s, making sure they hold the $11 window and see where we go from there. Okay, so that would be the long way to go. Otherwise, we will start by looking at the 4240s and try to get in as high a strike as we can swallow, getting into 4 puts for a trip all the way back down to 42.22 for a back test, if not 41.64. Okay, that's it. Hope this all made sense. If you have any questions, just shoot me a direct message on the private Twitter account. Have a great rest of your weekend, and as always, good luck and good trading. And if you're out east, good luck and everything. I hope you and your family are safe and okay in that horrible weather that you guys are getting. All right, take care. See you tomorrow.